everybody. Welcome to the Sister to Sister Connection show. We're in season 9, episode 3, baby. I can't believe it. We made it this long with this show, and I'm so excited about tonight's conversation. So with that being said, you guys, my co-host, Miss Twonta Davis-Jones, she should be popping in, right? Or not. You know, she's doing a lot of running around today, but if she doesn't hop on, she's definitely going to be here in spirit for sure. So as you guys are watching this, please share where you're tuning in from. If you're watching us right now, right, and you're watching right now on our YouTube channel, y'all, listen, look very closely. We're only 2 subscribers away from 100 subs. So if you could please do us a favor and hit that subscribe button to get us to that 100 threshold, that's just going to be amazing. Twonta and I will be totally excited about that. So before we jump into this topic, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We have an amazing group on Facebook, y'all. We call it the Sister to Sister Connection Tribe. We had that group for many years, and that's where we share self-care tips. We give you guys updates on what we have going on within the community, and it's free to get inside of our Facebook group. So if you could do me a favor sometime during this video, if you could head on over, thanks Therese, if you could head on over to bit.ly/Sister to Sister Connection and get inside our group. Make sure you answer those questions because we do heavily protect our community. So we definitely will check your profile. We'll make sure that you are the right fit for the community because, as I mentioned, our community is sacred. It's very. Hey, LaShawn, how are you? LaShawn, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear because I actually have my mic on today. But let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if I'm not fuzzy and foggy and things like that because I know my Wi-Fi can go in and out, right? So as I said, make sure you go to bit.ly/Sister to Sister Connection. Get inside the group because we have some awesome things coming up, okay? Another bit of housekeeping I want to talk about is our self-care event. We don't have the, thank you, LaShawn. We don't have the information posted up yet for our self-care event. So what is our self-care event, y'all? Listen, we like to hang out with y'all every single month, okay? We know the value of having fellowship and connecting with like-minded women and getting outside of your current day-to-day network and really start to get different perspectives from different people. So our self-care event is really awesome. We do different things based on self-care. It's all virtual, so you don't have to leave your house. So we're definitely going to give you more information about that in the upcoming week. So how do we do this show? So every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Twonta and I hop on and we talk about some hard-hitting topics. Our foundation of our Sister to Sister Connection movement is all about sisterhood, stability, right? And spirituality. Okay. Our foundation is God for sure, right? So we talk about a lot of hard-hitting topics. We also love for you guys to put in your perspective on whichever topic that we talk about and discuss tonight. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all see me good? I think my Wi-Fi is acting up right now. Let me know if I'm not coming through fuzzy or what have you. Let me know. Anytime I come through fuzzy, let me know because I can get on my other router now. I could definitely do that. So what tonight's topic is going to be about, if y'all missed last week's conversation, OMG, you need to go check that out after the show. So last week's conversation, we dived into giving yourself permission. Giving yourself permission. Thank you, LaShawn. Giving yourself permission to grow. Giving yourself permission to step outside of your comfort zone. Those clients, customers, people that you need to connect with, you got to go out there and reach after them by and you got to give yourself permission. So we're going to be diving in. This is going to be part 2. To the conversation. So again, we come here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What we do towards the end of the show is we do something called the afterglow. So once we're done with the show, while we're actually airing the show right now, our amazing producer, Therese, she's going to be putting a Zoom link in the chat. That Zoom link is for you guys to just copy and paste and put, like, save in your phone, save somewhere in your notes. And that particular link is going to be where you're going to go to after the show. During our afterglow, we dive more into the topic. We don't be gone too long, but we dive more into the topic. We talk more in depth about the conversation, and we basically talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Okay. So that's super fun. So let's go ahead and get started, guys, on the first point on how you can start giving yourself permission. Now is the time, ladies, to start giving yourself permission. Let's go to number one. Give yourself permission to be happy. I remember it was my very first trip going to Bali, Indonesia. This was back in 2017, y'all. 2018, January 2018 was my first time. 3 months before that, I had my daughter, baby V, in my car, in the passenger seat of my car. Many of you guys who have been following me on social media, you saw me go live. You saw the whole shenanigans and what have you, right? But I had my daughter 3 months before. Okay, I have 5 children total. And I flew out of the United States for the very first time. About 8 hours before I even got on that plane, I got my passport. I literally was procrastinating up until the week, right? Teresa's down there laughing. Up until the week, because I was literally talking myself out of going, right? But I went. And I remember speaking to a young man. This man was so super young. I'm looking at this man doing his life coaching speech on stage, and he's talking about life and making yourself happy. And so I'm like, this boy is young. He hasn't even listen. He's still wearing pull-ups. Like, what's the tea, right? But I'm looking at him, and he says something like, choose happy. Happiness is a choice. I want y'all to type that in the comments right now. Happiness is a choice. That's a true fact. It's honestly the truth. It's a choice. We all choose to be happy. I don't care how often your spouse gives you a headache, your mom gives you a headache, your mother-in-law, who have you, you still choose to be happy. I tell my oldest daughter this all the time because she gets really impatient. And before we hopped on here, she was actually arguing with her 5-year-old sister. And I tell her all the time, like, you allow your siblings to get you upset. Like, I used to be that person that made excuses as an adult whenever I react in a negative way or not in a positive way and say, oh, this person made me do it, or this person brought me to do it. No, I chose to react the way I reacted. Unless somebody is trying to cause you physical harm, that's a different story, okay? Because that's when we're going to windmill, drag, all the things, okay? That's different. But I'm talking about just regular conversation, regular day-to-day stuff that we deal with. Hey, Tamika, how are you? She said, hey, everyone, happiness is, Alexa, stop. Yeah, sorry, y'all. Tamika said, hey, everyone, happiness is a choice. Tamika, where you been, sis? Where you been? It's been a minute. We got to reconnect. So happiness is a choice. But how do you choose happy? How do you choose happy? So going back to that same experience when I went to Bali, Indonesia, and if you've never went to Bali, Indonesia, I've been there twice. I strongly encourage you, ladies, to go there. Raise your hand if you ever would like to go to a retreat in Bali, Indonesia. Now, that's some next level stuff. Raise your hand, okay? So at that event, I was asking somebody, I've never been, it was my first time going, and I'm like, well, what we have planned? What's going on? It was like during our downtime. And the person told me, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I looked at her like, girl, this is your city. Like, if you come to New York, I'm going to tell you to go here, go there, whatever. She was like, girl, what do you want to do? And that troubled me. And there was several moments in my life that I've gone through that same experience where someone actually asked, put my back against the wall and say, well, what do you want to do? So how do you make yourself happy? I learned so much from that experience, and several experiences after that. It's really about, what do you want to do? Do any of you know that? Do you know what it takes and what you have to be willing to sacrifice in order to make yourself happy? Are you willing to make yourself happy, genuinely happy, even if it disappoints others? Even if you have to stretch and step outside your comfort zone to be happy, give yourself that permission. That's such an easy word to say, because how many of you guys are people pleasers? Type in me. Where everything you do, sometimes every move you make, if anybody says something or does something, you go right back into your shell. If that's not you now, type in me if that was you in the past. Right? People pleasing is the death of all your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, so much that you want to accomplish and do in life when you're trying to please other people. And to be quite honest, if you are a people pleaser, please know that that's a failed path to go through in life, because you really can't genuinely please anybody but yourself. Okay. So I want y'all to put this in the comments right now. Before we move on to the next thing, I want y'all to type in the comments, I choose happy every day. Every day. See, we got to, yeah, we're going to read the Bible every day, but we got to walk in it. Yeah, we want to get out of warfare, but we got to be soldiers, right? We can't do the same things that we've done or act the same way that we have acted or work in the capacity that we worked previously anymore. We have to choose happiness. We have to choose it. Me being a mother of 5, I had to learn to say, hey, I got to take care of me first. Interesting story, right? So whenever I would wash clothes, I will always wash my husband's clothes first, then me, then the kids, and then everything else. And then I will iron his clothes first. And then if I get to my clothes, then I get to my clothes. But then it would be like during the week, I'm like, oh my God, that shirt is wrinkly. And you know, it just messes me up. And just recently, I was like, you know, I'm washing my clothes first. And I'm making sure that I iron all my shirts, all my pants, everything. And it feels so good to know that I'm prepared for the week. My clothes are ironed, they wash, and then I take care of everybody else. Because if I'm not fully prepared for the week, how am I going to be the best mom, the best wife, the best person for me? Yes, Tamika, I choose happiness every day. Yes, LaShawn, I choose happiness every day. You have to choose it. We got to stop letting people tick us off. We got to stop letting people, I'm saying we have to stop letting people wear our spirits out. Sometimes somebody can say one wrong thing and we're like, oh my God. Right? We got to keep it moving. So let's go to number 2. Thank you guys so much for putting in I choose happiness. You got to choose it. It's an absolute choice. It's an absolute choice. So give yourself permission to open those doors. Kick those doors down. How many of you guys are the type of people that when you go to an event, or even whether it's in person or virtual, you're normally the person that either has your camera off or your mic on mute. You're not the person that's going to jump out and ask a question or give somebody a suggestion, because maybe you're afraid of being turned down, or maybe or being objective, or maybe you're even afraid. I used to be the type of person that I would throw different tips and advice out there, but I was afraid that people are going to be silent, so I wouldn't say anything. Right? Type in me in the comments if that's you. So you have to open those doors, ladies. And again, when you're opening those doors, those are new opportunities, those are new chances, those are maybe even new mistakes that you're going to make down the line, and you're going to learn so much from. Open those doors, because let me tell you, ladies, something. It's almost like Oprah Winfrey and all these amazing women of color that we see today. They not only open doors for themselves, they open doors for every one of us who are following behind them. Right? So LaShawn, Tamika, all of you on here, become a door opener. So that way, all the women, the children, and men who come behind you, they will have a bigger chance, a better chance of making it in life, because you went through that door first. My children are going to have a greater chance and better chance in life because I quit my job and built my business full time. Now they have an opportunity to not only do this, but have access to greatness. My entire network, my entire connections, they're going to have access to. So they're going to actually move further than me, because they're going to go over so many leaps. But even if you don't have children right now, please understand that you are influential. Please, somebody type in the comments, I am influential. I was telling my clients this the other day. When you don't show up, you are letting people down. There's people waiting for you to show up for them. They're waiting. I see so many people go on, watch this person video, go and surf through this person's timeline and all these things. Just yesterday, I was watching somebody's live that I love to watch, who's very motivating. And God said, why are you over here? He said to me, he's like, why are you over here? You're supposed to be over in your group and selling what you're selling. Right? Yes, we have tons and tons of people that really motivate us, to influence us and inspire us. But sometimes we sit back and we watch so much and we don't do anything with it. So I want y'all to break out of the habit of being watchers, being that person behind the bush, just watching the train go by and not getting on the train. Y'all feel me? Start getting out there and doing something. and doing something, because every step every day is going to lead to some greatness by the end of this year. But you got to get out there and make that first step, and don't overthink it. Don't complicate yourself. Just do it. Open those doors, ladies. Open them. If there is no opportunities, you got to create opportunities. Sometimes it's better for you to create those opportunities first, so you have the right opportunities coming forward to you. So I want y'all to type in the comments right now. I will become, no, I'm not, don't even say put up. I am going to open doors starting today. Type that in the chat right now. I am going to open doors starting today. Because it's a decision, y'all. Nobody's going to hand anything to you. Even if you have the best coach, if you're spending tons and tons of money on the team, you still got to get out there and do the work. I was listening to a real estate guru one time, and he said, yeah, my goal is to make over $23 million this year. And people say, how are you going to do it? And he said, I'm going to focus on the work, not the goal. So I sat back, as I was watching that video, I'm like, what is he talking about? Because I was always taught to keep my eye on the goal, to keep my eye on the vision. Go and look at my vision board that's on my wall and keep my eye on that, on the house, on the boat, on the car, and all the things that I have on there, right? Let me keep my eye on that. But his thing is, no, don't focus on that. Because none of that is going to happen until you focus on doing the work every single day. And most of you guys on here who have been following me for a long time know that I do the work. No one can say nothing. Oh, Leticia, I know you're giving me this advice. I know you're giving me They can't say nothing because they see me out there day in and day out doing the work. You got to do the work. Yes, I have goals. I have goals here on my whiteboard right next to me. But I don't even look at that. I look at how this day I need to get this number of people. That day I need to get that number of people. This day I need to follow up with 4 people. I focus heavily on the work. Stop sitting around not doing anything. Most of y'all are waiting for things to get set up. Most of y'all are waiting for things to get happen. And you got to get up and do something. Waiting and waiting and waiting. Life is just going to pass you by. Opportunities is just going to pass you by. I don't care if you haven't even launched anything yet. Start getting out there and seeding your audience that something's coming. So I want y'all to, I didn't see this in the comments yet. If LaShawn and Tamika, if y'all still on here, type in the comments. I am going to start opening doors today. Give yourself permission to open those doors. Give yourself permission. You don't have to be 100% ready. Start a wait list. Right? You don't have to have everything put together yet. Start seeding your audience, getting out there and letting them know, hey, something's coming. Right? You don't have to have large connections. You know what? Get out there and start joining some communities and give value and network within there in an integral way. Those things do matter, and those things do make a huge difference. Right? So start that now, y'all. Start that now, because like I said, each and every one of you is extremely influential. Tamika said, I'm going to start opening doors today. Amen. Amen. Let's move to number 3, Therese. And if you're on here right now, if you're watching us right now on our YouTube channel, listen, y'all, we need y'all help. Okay. Share the YouTube link out, because we're 2 people away of making 100 subscribers on YouTube. Teresa, if you can make sure you have an eye on the YouTube channel and just check if we reach that 100 subs threshold, I'll greatly appreciate that. So again, number 3, it's time to give yourself permission to sit at the table. Let me tell y'all something. Twonta is the one that comes up with these topics. I barely even read the talking points, honey. And I did not even see this. Guess what? If y'all go to my timeline, I made a post just the other day. This is what you need to sit at my table. I know some people looked at that post with the side eye and said, oh, who's she talking about? Who's she? Yes, I have a table of influential women. If you're one of my clients, type in I in the comments. Yes, every client I have is extremely influential. Yes. Like, listen, don't play with me. My network is vast. My network is amazing. I have amazing, impactful clients that's actually helping other people all over the world. We made 100. Yay! Yes, Therese just told us that we made 100 subs here on YouTube. So listen, y'all, do me a favor, continue to share out that link because our next goal, we do some fireworks. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys so much. So our next goal is to reach the 200 mark. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that so much. Every milestone is important and it's amazing. So, what was I saying? I got so excited, I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, you know, you got to you have to sit at the table. I don't care if it's your table or somebody else's table. It's best for you to focus on building your own table. Okay, just saying. But you gotta sit at the table. You gotta hey, thank you, Tamika. You gotta, for one, step outside your current network. That's number one. This is why I love going to events. Whenever there's an event opportunity coming up, and I always count myself in, like, oh, I want to go there. And if it doesn't happen this year, I'm planning on doing it the following year. So for me, especially now that it's 2023, this is the year of yes for me. Like, since that ball dropped, I barely said no to things. Everything is yes. How can we create these summits? Yes. How can we do a share the love opportunity within my current network? Yes. Everything for me is yes, 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 yes. Right? I don't even first think about how it's going to work out, how it's going to pan out. It's just yes. And I allow God to do his work. Sometimes we got to let God show off a bit instead of saying no, because the minute we say no, he's just going to sit down and help somebody else. Because the minute you say no, why should he put any effort in you when you're not going to be doing the work? You're not going to be willing to do the work to make it happen. You already counted yourself out. You already tapped yourself out. You didn't even put yourself in the ring yet. So you deserve permission to sit at the table. You deserve permission to be around other influential women, right? To where you can give education, experiences, your expertise, all those things. Just sit at the table. Some of us, the minute something comes up, oh no, girl, I ain't going to do that if such and such don't come. Oh no, girl, I ain't going to do that because it's going to be too many people. Oh no, girl, I ain't going to do that because it's going to be too far. Girl, that is stinking thinking. We have to get out of that way of thinking in life, whether it's in life or in business. We got to make something happen so we can have a seat at that table. And a lot of times, guys, people ain't going to mess with you if they know that you're not going to be willing to do the work that you need to do in order to have a seat at their table or even at your own table. Right? So let's go to number 4. Yes, yes, yes. How many points we have today? Yes, let's go to number 4. Oh, this is the last point. Then we're going to jump into what's news. Yes, give yourself permission to be the boss. Listen, ladies, you are in charge. You're in charge of your life. You're in charge of your businesses. You're in charge of your mindset. Some of y'all need to be the boss of your mindset. Some of y'all need to be the boss of your thoughts. Instead of putting in negative thoughts, start putting in positive thoughts. Because a lot of our current negative thoughts that we currently have right now are thoughts that was inherently brought on us through childhood. So those thoughts are not your thoughts, so create new thoughts. Give yourself permission to actually be the boss. And just because you're a boss or you have that mindset like I'm a boss, please know that you also sometimes have to be coached too. Somebody type in wow. You have to be coachable too. If somebody gives you, like I was just telling my clients this the other day, I'm going to an event on February 9th. It's going to be a lot of amazing women who has been in the industry that I'm in for years. And I made a commitment to myself, like I do every single event I go to. Whenever it's a high caliber event, I always say, I'm just going to sit and listen. Like when I see people of influence talking, I'm gonna keep quiet because I want to get every single tip I can. I want to take notes. I want to write things down. I want to put things in my planner. I want to put down different projects and put a pin on it. Like some of us need to stop listening with objection. right? Thank you, Tamika. Some of us need to stop listening and automatically thinking, I don't know how that's going to work for me. Or I don't know. I don't even think what she's saying is true. You already have that objection spirit working in you. That's not a boss spirit. You got to sit back and just say, I'm going to sit back and listen, take notes, and take action on what I am hearing. Back in the day, we used to call people, certain clients, tire pushers. And basically what a tire pusher is a person that shows up to every training, shows up to every virtual, whatever, in person. They write stuff down, they have notebooks and stuff, but they don't apply anything that they have been taught. And we got to get out of that this year, y'all. We want to end this year empty. Put that in the comments right now. That's good. I'm going to end this year empty. What I mean by that, I mean every single to-do list every single task you wrote down in your planner or in your notebook, you're going to do. Every single goal that you write down on your vision board or on your calendar, you're actually going to achieve and accomplish. You're going to surpass it, right? You're going to actually do it. I will end this year empty. You're not going to end this year saying, oh my God, I didn't reach this. I didn't reach that milestone. I didn't reach this goal. I didn't get this project done. No, you're going to go empty and fill yourself up for the next year with other higher level stuff. Every year you want to elevate, but you got to end the year on empty. Yes, I would end the year empty. You have to do that, ladies. So start putting what you're being taught. Thank you, Tamika. Start putting what the things that you're writing down, the tasks that you're putting in your notes. Start actually doing them. Put deadlines to things. Twice a day, and Therese would tell you, I pop my head most of the week. I pop my head in different power hours. You know what I'm saying? And I love it a lot. It's not overwhelming to me because I'm actually putting things into action for myself. That keeps me on top. As a mom, I have to do those things because my life is filled with distractions, filled with interruptions, so much. But in order for me to be a boss, I have to block out time to do certain things. I have to tell the children, listen, mommy's on here doing the sister connection show. You guys have to be quiet, calm down, clean up, do what you have to do. And not to say don't be busting down the door, asking me 1,000 questions and things like that. But you also got to set boundaries if you want to be a boss. Hey, Mamita, how you feeling, sis? You also have to set boundaries if you want to be a boss. Okay? So let's recap really quickly on the talking points. Today is part 2 to giving yourself permission, ladies. Giving yourself permission. So number 1 was give yourself permission to be happy. Number 2, give yourself permission to open those doors. Hope y'all taking notes. Number 3, give yourself permission to sit at the table. After the show, we're going to be doing the afterglow. That's the table right there. You're going to be sitting at. Type in the word afterglow in the comments if you're joining us for the afterglow. Therese has been putting the Zoom link in the chat. We're going to open up the Zoom right after the show. Number 4, give yourself permission to be the boss. Not be a boss, be the boss. All right. So here's the next thing we're going to jump into, ladies. We're going to be now doing What's News. We're going to be doing the What's News segment. Now, if you're new to the show, you don't know what What's News is. Our What's News segment is we share different content information, the news and all that stuff of things you don't actually see on the news. Okay. So Teresa's going to pull up what our topic is going to be for What's News. And a lot of things that we show you guys here on What's News, these are people who are literally creating some big impact in the world today. So Therese, I'm just going to pull this up also on my end so that way I can see it a little bit bigger and actually read the article for you guys. Okay. So again, ladies, this is the What's News segment. If there is any articles or blog posts that you guys want us to add to the show, please feel free to share it. Send it to us at Sister Connection. Why am I logging into StreamYard again? Send it to us at Sister Connection at gmail.com. All right, y'all, here we go. Here's what the headline says. No Limits, Master P, and Snoop Dogg lands first Black-owned cereal company national distribution deal. Oh, my God. Look at that. It's called Snoop Loops. I'm gonna look for this in the supermarket. Have y'all seen this in y'all supermarket yet? Have y'all seen the Snoop Loops with a Z at the end? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, child. Let me know, yes or no. Put in the comments. Let me know if y'all have seen this cereal box in your grocery store yet. This is awesome, guys. Because when you look at this at the end of this headline, it says distribution deal, national distribution deal. So here's what the article says. It says Master P and Snoop Dogg are in the history-making business. The rappers turned moguls recently signed a national distribution deal with post-consumer brands for their breakfast food products, Snoop cereal, and I can't pronounce that word, child. Borders Foods. On January 16th, Master P uploaded a video of himself when he said commemorating the partnership with the company staff and what's areas to be the company staff in what appears to be the post factory on Instagram. Oh, I'm gonna look that up. In the clip, Master P, also known as Percy Miller. I didn't even know that was his name, Percy. Okay, no wonder he changes the Master P. Anyway, was gifted a gold spoon before expressing to the Post employees how significant this deal is to him in the speech. Right? Oh, okay. Scroll down, Therese, to the Instagram post. This look like Fruit Loops, though. Don't this look like Fruit Loops to y'all? It look like Fruit Loops to me, child. Tamika said, she said, not know, but heard of them. You have? Awesome. Yeah, scroll up a little bit, Therese. It look like Fruit Loops to me, child. I don't know. This is awesome. Yeah, so he did an Instagram post the other day. Looks like he posted on Instagram. Yes. He said later in his speech, the 52-year-old, he's 52. I don't know if he's 50. I think he's a little older than that. The 52-year-old praised Post for believing in his overall vision.
Now I feel like I'm back in my record company days. you know, I did a record deal. I sold 100 million records.
Y'all hear that?
This is.
Treese is playing the video. Oh, Treese, you can stop the video, honey. I don't want no copyrighted issues now. I don't know if he's going to start rapping or singing. Pause the video. Yeah, I have the time. I can't even understand what this man says. So anyway, let's go. No shade. Okay, so Master P also highlights the advantages that will occur within the Black community following the distribution deal, noting that they spend over $1 trillion. Noting that they spend he's talking about the consumers, y'all. Noting that they spend over $1 trillion annually on breakfast products. Well, that's true. I love my breakfast, honey. Let me tell you, I had some steak this morning, egg whites, English muffin, and I had a yogurt with some oats, honey. Yes, I tore that up. My husband was looking at my plate, and I was like, don't ask me for nothing. All right. He stated, now we will be able to put money back into the community and our culture. All right, Mr. Master P, Mr. Percy. Come through, Percy. Yeah, but my suggestion, I think this is amazing. Let me first say this. I think this is amazing. I think this is awesome. But and y'all let me know if you agree. I think they should have some healthy cereals as well, not just all with the sugars in it, because I'm telling you right now, I don't want another box of sugar in my house. So I love it. I just, Master P, if you are watching, because we are worldwide, okay? Let's get some oats and some, something a little healthy for the children, honey, because, sugar cereals get people hyper, okay? Y'all let me know if you agree. It's okay to put in you guys suggestions and recommendations. It's not hate. It's your suggestions and recommendations, right? He says he's doing it for the community. Let's just do it for the community. A lot of people in our community got high blood pressure and diabetes and hypertension, you name it, honey. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it right. All right, y'all. So, Atrice, you can take it off the screen, honey. Put me back up, honey. Put me up, honey. Put me up. Okay. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to be stepping into the afterglow. Hey, Wakita. Hey now, hey now. Okay, let me not do it. All right, y'all. So right now we're going to be stepping into the afterglow. So how that works is Teresa's going to pop the link, the Zoom link in the chat right now. Okay. So when she pops that link in there, just click on it. You're going to be hanging out in the waiting room area because I'm going to hop off here and hop off over there to hang out with you guys. Everyone's welcome to come on and attend. We don't want no trolls though. So okay. Now, if you're asked to put in a password, the password is all lowercase sister. All lowercase is sister. So come hang out with us. We normally don't hang out longer than 30 to 45 minutes, but you can always hop off whenever you need to. And join us for the afterglow. So we'll be back here same day, same time next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. Sorry that Twonta couldn't come, but she got to do her thing, honey. So she was here in spirit. She was definitely here in spirit. All right. So till next time, love on your sister. Bye, guys.